I actually have found that I think men are more likely to have bizarrely unrealistic expectations.
What an idiotic thing to say.
I have so many girlfriends who are highly accomplished, highly educated, great people, and just wonderful women. And the dating pool is absolutely brutal for them.
What are these men looking for?
It is entirely unclear to me that it's like, why are their men not jumping to want to date them?
I mean, why wouldn't somebody be nice to you? Are you a piece of shit?
Well, Alicia, those are not bizarre and unrealistic expectations, because reality is that ultimately men want to build a family, okay? And most men don't want to be with an accomplished and educated woman because those women are entitled, demanding, and a pain to deal with. Even different studies would tell you that that's the case. So most of your accomplished and educated friends are very likely to end up with a cat instead of a family, just like Whoopi.
There's no amount of dinners that you will ever buy for me that will get my panties off. So you really need to figure out what it is that you think you have to offer and what it is that you think I value, because it's never going to happen without real investment. And that's not what you do. And I get that that's satisfactory for some others, but it's not enough for me.
This is the worst.
Check, please. Babe.
What?
How is buying a hooker just like buying a foot-long sandwich? How is it like the same?
I don't know. And what do you know about buying a hooker?
Both purchases could have been avoided if my wife would have done her goddamn job. I'm gonna back away.
Yeah. You're lucky I don't have a fucking knife on you. Go.
Okay, this one might piss off some men. Don't care. Come for me. I genuinely want to know, like, what are you referring to when you ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? Because, like, what do you need from us? What are you looking for? It just seems like such a weak man mentality thing to ask a woman what she brings to the table. I'm not a waitress, okay, first of all. And second of all, let's just be honest. There is nothing that a man can do for me that I can't do for myself. Like, I can make my own money, and I can pay my own bills, and I can raise my own kids. I can buy myself flowers. You know, I can pleasure myself and hit the spot every single freaking time. So, like, I just want to know what men mean when they say, what do you bring to the table? Like, well, what do you bring to the table? What are you doing for me? How are you making my life better?
That's a very defensive and selfish response to a very simple question. If you get offended and defensive when someone asks you what you have to offer, then deflect it onto them. It shows that you have nothing to offer.
All men want is peace, love, and support. They essentially want to be loved for who they are rather than what they can provide. And here's the problem. All of the things that you just listed that you don't need from a man that you can do yourself, they're all things that are outside of just loving him for who he is as a person, right? You're talking about all things that he would physically provide to you. He doesn't want those things to be the sole reason why you're in a relationship with him. And so he doesn't expect those items to be provided by you. He cares about what you can provide emotionally. Are you going to be his peace? Are you going to provide him love? Are you going to mentally, emotionally support him?
Slips on that.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a homemade popsicle.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know, is it good? You all right, bro?
You've nearly finished it. We're having a baby.
Footballer Akraf Hakimi's wife filed for divorce and demanded half of his property. However, she was informed by court that her millionaire husband owns nothing, as all his property is registered under his mother's name. Hakimi receives $1 million from PSG monthly, but 80% of this is deposited in his mother Miss Fatima's account. He has no property, cars, houses, jewelry, or even clothes to his name anytime he wants anything. He asks his mother, who buys it for him.
That's E1. That's E1. That's a W.
Gentlemen, take notes from this man, as it could save you in the future.
It's not the one got money, Amber. It's the one honest.
And not too many of them honest nowadays.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's some good men out there. But what it is now, it's the women. It ain't the men no more. The women's gone bad. The women's gone bad. It ain't the men's now. It's the women done gone bad.
You gonna flip the script on us?
Yeah, it's the women done gone.
You a woman yourself.
I'm a woman myself, but I don't do half the things I see these women do now.
They don't care no more.
That's the reason the men don't respect them. That's why. Let me tell you something, Amber. You got to give a man respect to get respect. You understand? You got to give your husband respect to get respect. Because as long as you respect him, ain't too much he gonna do wrong.
What happened to men pursuing girls?
Are we really asking this question?
When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort?
I don't think there was a pivotal moment. However, there's been lots of little moments that have added up to a large awakening of a lot of men in regards to whether or not it's worth it to chase women.
Seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to.
Well, what's considered to be the bare minimum seems to change on a daily basis, so how can anyone truly know what the bare minimum even is?
They're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort?
That's an excellent question. Indeed. Why don't they?
Did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him.
I imagine that happened somewhere around the same time that a lot of women were indicating to men that they want them to leave them alone. So, in a lot of cases, they got exactly what they asked for.
That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore and don't care to put in effort.
But why should they? When the possible benefits of pursuing a woman are often far outweighed by the risks that they undertake in pursuing those same women. It's honestly just not worth it for a lot of men to pursue women, especially when so many women want to be seen as independent and left alone.
Be real with y'all, and y'all not gonna like this, but a lot of y'all dudes are gonna have to settle for girls with high body counts. The days where you can find a woman with a body count less than 5 are few far in between.
Analyzing. Analyzation complete. Imagine if a man were to say, women are going to have to settle for men that are poor and homeless. The women would say, we're just not going to select those men. Yet here we have a lady saying that men must accept women with red flags, even though it goes against the wishes of men. This is hypocritical, as again, they are asking for something that they themselves would not do. At the end of the day, men should get their passports and go overseas. Settling for the red flags of a group of people who only want you for your money does not seem beneficial.
60% of men from 18 to 29, it's not even like they want to date anymore. They're single and they're not looking. So we're dealing with a very small pool of men, which means we need to be wise. I'm sorry, but I don't think any of y'all know how men work, because the way that I'm hearing you guys talk, it's like two different worlds. From our perspective, it makes a lot of sense. But we have Brian here, we have the cameraman. Men operate on a completely different spectrum when it comes to relationships.
This is your sign to shoot your shot. The worst thing she can do is say no. I'm a girl, I like your feet. Can I take you out to dinner sometime?
Sure.
Really? What the fuck? Yeah, everything was great.
I had a great time. You want to do it again?
Do it again? Hell no. You're paying for dinner. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
If you enjoyed this video, I promise you'll enjoy this next video. I will see you there.